haven't done a video in a while, so what the hell? Thought I'd do something kind of short. Again, inspired by another book I'm reading by, I can say, one of my favorite authors, even though I've only read one of his books before, which was The Last Temptation of Christ, but I read it a few times, and it's my favorite book. So this is Zorba the Greek, and the reference is this from chapter 7. Don't need to set it up, really, but just jump in. So, Zorba did not hear my question. Who knows on what oceans beyond the reach of my voice his mind was sailing. I stretched out my arm and touched him with the tip of my fingers. How many times have you been married, Zorba? I asked again. He started. He had heard this time. Waving his great hand, he answered, What are you delving into now? Do you think I'm not a man? Like everyone else, I've committed the great folly. That's what I call marriage. May married folk forgive me. Yes, I've committed the great folly. I've married. Yes, but how many times? Zorba scratched his head vigorously. How many times? He said at last. Honestly, once and for all. Honestly, half honestly, twice. Dishonestly, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 times. How do you expect me to reckon it? The great folly. I just thought that was funny and thought, well, that's everything I'm talking about. The point of my videos and my book is not to knock marriage. It just happens as a circumstance of my philosophy. That I've said it before, I think, in other videos. We think one way about the world and love and relationships when we're young and haven't been through relationships before, and why I consider myself an expert, humbly, is I've just been in lots of relationships. I'm 46 now, and I've never been married, and I've always been looking, and I've been with lots of women. I've learned a lot of lessons through those relationships, and I know now that I would never expect to be happy with any one woman for any amount of time. Maybe, right? Maybe that could happen. The reason I'm sharing this is the power in that. It's liberating to have that understanding, so that it frees you then to go and pursue a relationship, knowing that probably it's not going to work out forever for 50 years. So why be upset should it not? And so many people, I have a hard time with that. They get all their hopes up, but this is going to be the one, and when it turns out to be terrible or just not what they were looking for, the depression and sadness, and I think it's not necessary. It's foolishness. What else do I want to say about that? Well, I had an old friend of mine message me the other night saying that she's so happy now that she's kind of, you were right. When they got married, I said, well, go. I mean, I wish you well. I hope it works out for a long time. I hope you're really happy together. But I'm asking, like, both of you, should the day come when you realize you're no longer happy, that's not working, please don't be distraught. Don't feel like you married the wrong person or that you made a mistake. What happened to our love? What happened? Well, if you're looking for the romantic sparks and passion that what happens with new love and falling in love, if you're expecting that feeling to last for years, it's not going to. I'm telling you, that's not based on experience only. That's based on science, and I've talked about this in my book. That feeling is a chemical reaction, requires novelty and newness. Who knows how long it'll last, but by the book, scientifically, they say maybe 18 months, give or take. So you need to have a different expectation of what you're going to get out of a long-term relationship for years and years. If you can do that, and again, both be honest and open to say, I'm okay just being friends and being partners and helping each other through life, knowing that the romance will fizzle, knowing that we're going to be attracted to other people, then you can make it work. But so few people, I think, actually do that. We just blow smoke up each other's ass. I only have eyes for you, and you're only just fooling yourself and fooling each other. So of course there's going to be disappointment and frustration. And the thing I hate and want to remove is just that they don't even like each other. They hate each other. You said you'd love me forever, and well, yeah, because they didn't know. We're not. This world doesn't prepare you for any actual expectation of relationships. Anyway, gone on maybe too far, but talk about this, the different concepts about love and relationships in my other videos, in my book, The Evolution of Love. I'm pushing for a world where love isn't something to be, afraid of. Not people aren't afraid of heartbreak and disappointment. They're open to that next relationship because life is meant to be shared, and God forbid it doesn't last forever. None of my relationships have lasted very long for various reasons. Not because of cheating or anything else, just because it just doesn't work. But I love that I had those relationships, and I love those women still as people, and I cherish them, and I'm flattered they ever, get involved with me. Jeez, I just wish more people had that freedom to fall in love and not be afraid of it. And it's not something, you don't need to protect your heart, you need to open your heart. I'm sorry, there's no wrong person out there for you. You're going to learn lessons. There's no one who doesn't deserve your love, and vice versa. You deserve a great partner. That's one of my messages too. We all deserve a great partner. Someone who really charges you up, is going to support you and spur you on and make you laugh and just have a great time with. And that's hard to find, but it's worth sifting through. It's worth looking for, because when you find it, it's awesome. I've been there, and but it takes time. It's not going to be the first person you fall in love with. All right, so signing off, guys. I hope that does something to help you. I hope my book eventually catches on, because I think the ideas are important and really no one else says. I'm sorry that the sacred cow of marriage, I think, has to go with it, but I don't think, to me, again, the whole concept of marriage and possessiveness and you're mine, you can't ever leave me, has no place with my concept of unconditional love. The ultimate expression of our more evolved part of our nature, the ultimate expression of that love is to say, I love you enough to let you go and still love you, still honor you. Even if you're happier with someone else, I still love you as a person. No hard feelings. That's love. That's my concept of love. Anyway. Alright guys, wish you well. Bye.